Alright guys, good morning. We are going to just review a couple of basic things for your research paper. Some of you seem to have some issues with finding your topic. Your topic is whatever you want to write about in relation to the play Hamlet. So if you're struggling to pick a topic, you can make a list of things you might be interested in talking about for that for the particular play. Once you have that list down, pick one that seems more interesting out of the rest for you. You can change that topic into a question. So what do you want to say about that? What question do you have about that particular topic? And then once you answer that question, guys, you actually do have a working thesis statement. And you can start researching to figure out how you're going to prove that particular statement. So that would be that process, about a 4-step process. So list your topics, pick a topic, create a question, and answer that question. When you are researching on the other hand, remember that you are looking for at least 3 sources. I would have a couple of backups. So you guys may not have access to the school's research database, but it is called EBSCOhost. If you guys can get to the intranet, you can use it. You're welcome to, but you might just need to use regular Google to do that, only because you won't be at the school using the school network, so it may be a little bit more difficult. But when you're looking for those articles, guys, you're not going to find necessarily exactly what you're talking about, and you may find people who completely disagree with you. Either way, those articles are pretty valid and very useful because you can talk about why you disagree with the person who disagrees with you. You can talk about how, you and this other person mostly agree, but there's one particular thing you disagree with and you'd like to add. You can talk about how you completely agree with one particular person, but you still want to add some additional information or additional reasoning. So when you think about those resources, don't look for just people who agree with you. Make sure you change up those search terms because different search terms are going to bring up different resources, and that can be really useful for you, especially when you're looking for those 3. I know in person everybody's having a little bit of an issue finding that 3rd resource. Most of us have 3 by now, but there are a few that are still struggling. If you do need any help, guys, I'd be happy to help. So I have had a couple people ask about picking a topic. Just let me know. I'd be happy to help you with some research. Finally, make sure for your outlining that you have the basic parts of an outline. So, of course, at this point, I'm going to need for your introduction you to tell me what your thesis is. Once you move into your body paragraphs, I'm going to need you to have at least 3 points, I would say. Whatever you plan on talking about, have those points listed. So whether you have 3 points, great. If you have more, even better. Because remember, this is a 4-page paper, so about 3.5 pages or more will count as 4 pages. So think about what you can say and how many points you're really going to need to fill out that argument. Remember that you should generally have at least 1 source per paragraph. So you should have evidence from the text, and you should also have evidence from your resource. So that should help you kind of fill out those 3 pages or so that you're probably concerned about with that analysis. And then for your outline, start thinking about the questions. Why should people care about what you've just argued at this point? And then you should also think about so what. So why is this important? What does this have to do with, the rest of the play, whatnot? So start thinking about those things, but make sure for your outline you not only have your thesis and your conclusion listed, but your points and what resources you plan to use with which points. So when you tell me what resources you're using, guys, you don't have to necessarily have your evidence picked out just yet, but what I would suggest is that you have your title of that article and your author's name, so I can kind of look at that source as well and make sure that everything's matching up right, and I can give you any suggestions if I see something that looks a little off. Again, guys, let me know if you have any additional questions. I'd be happy to help. Let me know. Email me, Google Classroom, whatever. Smoke signals at this point, but let me know because this paper will be due middle of next week, so you definitely need to get that turned in. Which means you need to get started on those background stuff so you can get to that writing next week. Alright guys, so have a great day, and again, let me know if you have any questions.